This is scenario chickening out on page 35. The premise here is that you guys have a pirate ship with whatever you're going to do with your pirate ship. And you can have this nice pirate ship for the rest of your life. And you're going to come toward another ship. And on this ship, there needs to be at least like 6 pirates and a captain. So we got a bunch of people that can work as pirates. Now, some of them are definitely piratey. These 3 are totally piratey. This guy's totally piratey. But then just use other rogues in the set. All these people come in the set, so you have other choices. But they just need bodies. So you cover your pirate ship in this, right? And the idea is, I think they're like flagging you down because they need help or something. So you come with your boat to their boat. But the second that you connect with like a gangplank, they just run onto your ship screaming. Because in their bilge is a bunch of cockatrices. So this is a scenario where they explain this really complicated scenario with a bunch of alternate possibilities. And again, we didn't want the front and the back of this boat to be the same in case you had this long drawn-out fight. So this top deck is the B side of the pirate underside. But we didn't have a lot of options as far as space goes because we only had a couple of these long pages. So the B side of this ship is on the back of this. We did the best we could. But here you go. So you're going to have people above deck and people below deck, and as you go down there, you find that they have these cockatrices that have broken out of their cages. Okay? So the pirate crew, unknown to the crew, but I guess the captain knew, have been transporting cockatrices in cages, and they've sedated them. But eventually they shook off their sedation, they broke out. So down here, there's supposed to be like a bunch of people that have been turned to stone, and the rest of the crew are all turned to stone. So if you want to have stone statues, you can use the stone statues from other scenarios and drop them down as your petrified people. And it mentions that you might want to have little cockatrice eggs that are floating around. So you can use old mushrooms to be cockatrice eggs. You do whatever you want. You have other pieces you can use. But where the scenario gets wacky is there's all these possible ways that can play out. Like you go down there and obviously you fight them. You can go down there and capture them. You can go down there and get the eggs. But one of the little side stories is when you're fighting these cockatrices, they just take your boat and leave. So you have this really funny scenario where it's written with like 4. Because how are you going to stop 7 pirates from taking your boat while you're going under deck to take the cockatrices out?
I was just about to ask what the reward was. And you've said quite the opposite.
Right.
So you're down here and you're like,
this scenario is just, look at all these problems. And you go, okay, what's the upside? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, the bag of gold is... Now, that's the thing. When you get petrified, is all your stuff petrified?
I think so.
So, like,
it's not like War of the Worlds.
I would do something like that, where clearly one of them had, like, a bag of gold, like you're joking, and got turned to stone. Like, imagine there's the one valuable thing, and the cockatrice would break out. She goes, I gotta grab that one thing. And he grabs it and gets turned to stone. Now it's stone with him.
But
that could be fun.
But you're saying someone turns to stone just their nude body, and then their clothes are fine. Is what
no, I agree with you, but I'm saying that means it's extra funny when they're holding the thing you want, but it's now stone too.
Right.
So you can't get it.
Okay, yeah, sure.
It's just more irony in this scenario. This scenario is just all bad.
No, for sure.
But I guess you do get cockatrice eggs, which, as far as like a story prompt, I mean, imagine the crazy games you've been in. What lunatic things would your people have done with cockatrice eggs? They'd probably raise a baby cockatrice.
Yeah, I was going to say just raise and make a mount out of it.
Right.
Like everybody does.
So what's going to come of this is...
Mounted combatant.
You're going to be like at a dinner party and your little chickens are like, bang! Like turn a person to stone. You're like, oh, I'm sorry. You need more wait staff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm stuck on if someone turns to stone, their clothes don't. That's wild to me.
I think I agree with you. I never said they don't.
No, but that's just a whole new scenario for me. Oh, that if Medusa, let's say, turns someone into stone, their clothes don't get turned into stone, and then you just have mannequins everywhere.
Yeah,
that's
it could be that way.